Welcome to Uncovering Real Estate, brought to you by the Brampton Real Estate Board. I'm your host, Sarabjit Rana. It's great to be with you. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Today, we're going to be chatting with Joselle Alves, who is the Brampton Real Estate Board President for 2016. Welcome.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. We're chatting today about something that's really simple. What does the Brampton Real Estate Board do for the consumer?
Okay, so the Brampton Real Estate Board is a not-for-profit, member-based organization. At BREB, we believe in ownership of real estate, and our mission is to provide our members with the resources, education, and support they need in order to succeed and provide valued services to the real estate consumer. Okay. BREB is dedicated to providing an environment in which its member realtors, employees, board of directors, and sponsors or committee volunteers are encouraged to grow, succeed, and develop in order to provide the highest level of professional conduct and service to the consumer.
Okay, so you're kind of new, Brampton Real Estate Board. How many years? Been a couple of years?
We've been around for a very long time, actually.
Okay, and it's interesting, and I don't mean that in any other way except for to say that it's important that as one creates that identity, one realizes that, hey, we've got a golden nugget right in the back of our neighborhood and our community, and that's what I see is coming out more and more. I see a lot more involvement and being front and center that the Brampton Real Estate Board is doing, and in terms of creating that close-knit community for their realtors. Would you say that that's been one of your very larger mandates?
It has been, and interestingly enough, it's as realtors, when our realtor members are out there in the community, they're not necessarily reinforcing, I'm a member of the Brampton Real Estate Board.
Right.
That's just more on an association level. But it's certainly, you know, it's quite an advantage dealing with your local Brampton Real Estate Board member. We're committed to high standards of excellence and conduct, and conduct ourselves in a way to work to the best advantage of buyers and sellers. A BREB member realtor is knowledgeable about developments and what's happening in the local real estate market, which is important when dealing with, you know, giving comparative pricing or what's happening, you know, in the future, what may be coming down the pipeline.
And I think that you just hit the nail on the head when you said that, you know, no one flaunts it on their forehead and says, I'm a member of BREB. Correct. And that's part and parcel of that awareness. And so what you do as Brampton Real Estate Board is you've got this closer knit community. Is that fair to say that you're talking about a smaller area?
It is.
That you're covering,
which works amazing for networking and like I said, having you know, a greater knowledge of a smaller marketplace as opposed to just
a much larger one.
Exactly.
Not that we're going to mention it, but to think that you can cover the entire Ontario or Toronto GTA area is a big is quite a big junction to be able to consider, right? Whereas you're talking about this one. So why should I work with a Brampton Real Estate Board realtor?
Again, I think the main reason you would want to do that is for the localized knowledge of what's happening. Brampton Real Estate Board members, you know, quite often have relationships with, you know, people at the municipal level to know, you know, what's happening on the municipal level, what's coming down the pipelines, what issues are there that, you know, may affect home ownership. That will affect your decision whether you want to buy now or wait. And just, again, general localized knowledge. We are very focused on ongoing education to increase competence and effectiveness in real estate trading. And we are also bound by the RICO Code of Ethics as well.
So I think that point that you just made before really speaks to the fact that when you're aligned with city and municipal networking, you know when the zoning bylaws are coming in, what may be zoned in what element, what manner, which really allows you to provide a much better detailed service to your consumers.
More knowledgeable service.
Much more knowledgeable service, which is very, very important. So tell me a little bit about MLTT and what it means to homeownership.
Okay, so the MLTT means Municipal Land Transfer Tax.
Okay.
Most consumers may or may not be aware that in the city of Toronto, they have, in addition to the provincial land transfer tax, municipal land transfer tax. It's only actually implemented in Toronto at the moment. However, other municipalities have approached the provincial government and are asking for the ability to implement that tax, at other municipal levels as well.
Really?
Yes. However, we strongly feel that that is not in the best interest of consumers at this point.
Yeah. What would that mean to you and me?
Okay. Basically, it means for the average consumer that purchasing a home will now be that much more costly for you.
Really?
Yes, especially when you're getting into the market for the very first time.
Yeah.
You've worked really hard. You've saved, that 5% down, and you have, this is what you can afford, and you've worked very hard to achieve this goal. And all of a sudden, your municipality that you're looking to purchase in is adding a second
You're being next one more
tax due.
time.
And this is something that's paid up front. This is not something that's rolled into your mortgage. You're paying it upfront.
Ouch.
Yes,
exactly. So that's going to be very ouchy.
Exactly. And a lot of people, as you know, real estate values are fairly high at the moment.
Yeah.
That makes it, difficult as it is for people getting into the market, having, a second tax that may cost, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 more. That's huge. This is after tax dollars for the average consumer.
Yeah, that's something that you have to lobby very, very feverishly towards ensuring it doesn't happen.
Exactly.
So we've got a little bit of time left, Joselle. I want to ask you, what do you see happening in real estate right now?
The real estate market is very dynamic, as you know. Prices are very high at the moment. It's becoming more and more difficult for people getting into the real estate market. But overall, it's a good news situation. Never mind, you might be seeing on the news that, things are going bad, or we might be having a recession.
That's just the media being the media.
We are not seeing that on the front lines. As a matter of fact, we're having an inventory situation where we're having more buyers out there than there are properties. So it's actually a very, very good time right now.
Well, that's wonderful to know, and I appreciate your knowledge and your expertise. I want to thank you so much for coming in today and giving us some highlights of the Brampton Real Estate Board. Thank you so much. We'll be right back after a very short break.